Into the breach that came out victorious, and I'm here with Moxie and Kyle, and we're going to do our best to decipher the madness, Moxie, because that is definitely what it was, right?
Well, it was insane. You know, the beginning half of the game, we were like, oh yeah, this is why you don't let Ntaki get that puck.
Yeah.
He's doing really well, and then things started sliding, and then all of a sudden you just saw the shuffle from one side of the map to the other, and then back again, and then the buybacks, and then back again, and then over to the Roche pit, and then somebody else steals it, and then, you know, back and forth, back to the Roche pit. Like, it was wild. It was absolutely wild the entire time. Really wasn't sure who was going to take that one, in all honesty.
Felt a little bit like a coin toss.
Yeah, a few unforced errors,
Yeah.
I'll say, from both sides as well. I was not a believer in the Midas Sven, and then there were some interesting maneuvers. Ntaki puck, I think Brian will talk about it later, but my man just needed a BKB. Which played BKB, I think he just can win this game by himself. He fears nothing. Instead, it's just hook, disruptor ult, like glimpse, disruptor ult. And I'm just like, man, how many games have you played? No puck spammer wants to buy BKB, but
how many games
sometimes
have you played? Like 400?
Who? Me?
No, Ntaki. On the puck.
4,000.
No, I don't think it's 4,000. I think someone looked it up. It was 400 something.
In professional play?
No.
Lifetime?
Yeah.
Sounds accurate.
I'll look it up while we listen to Brian, because he is going to talk about how No Bounty Hunter got an early lead, and then how they lost their lead.
Thank you, Shiver. So first, I'm going to start my segment with a nice maneuver coming out from No Bounty Hunter. So we're going to see here that you're against the Timbersaw. Once he hits level 6, you're not too happy laning against that Chakram. So low skill is going to make a pretty high skill play here by spin TPing, which is going to delay any pressure that the Timbersaw is putting. And he immediately TPs top. And this is going to lead to them getting a tier 1 tower top. And then Blink, you're going to see in this next clip, is going to rotate to connect to his team mid as his team's making something happen. So now we're going to collapse on mid, and all in the meanwhile, the trade that they got top, the tier 1 tower, is attempted to be taken by the Timber Saw, who's also had the Sven rotated into bottom. So if you're wondering where all of Dire is right now, while the Radiant team is diving them, this is what's happening. So this gets them this early tower advantage. So now we're going to fast forward to the next clip, and I just want to talk about map control with you guys really quickly. Once you've taken this tower and this tower, there's really a few options for where you can go. You can invade Triangle, you can invade the enemy primary jungle, or you can take Roche. All of which rely on you to push the mid lane. So from my humble perspective, mid lane is the most important objective, and you also have to respect that the opponent believes the same thing. So when you have map control, you cannot afford to be careless while pushing the mid lane, as we're going to see Indaki get caught as the puck orbiting forward when he does not have a blink or any way to escape. His team is going to end up winning a fight off this. They get like 2 or 3 kills, but that's death number 1 at 14 minutes. We're now going to run it back at 16 minutes. This may look like the same clip, but it is indeed not. He's going to orb forward, and then he's going to be scouted out and go for a rune, but all of Into the Breach knows that he's here, and they're going to catch him with the exact same combo as we saw before. They miss the hook, but they get the Disruptor Static Storm off. Notice how they were up by 2k in the previous clip. They're up by 4k in that clip, and then now, 20 minutes into the game, same area on the map, he has to respect how much Into the Breach knows this mid lane matters to them. They want to control 2/3 of the map. That one of those 2/3 is always going to be that mid lane, and I believe this is the beginning of the downward spiral for No Bounty. Had some crazy throws back and forth, made it an exciting game, but got to be careful when you push that mid lane.
You really do, and apparently I am an idiot. I don't know how to switch from an esports profile to a normal profile, so I only know that Ducky has played 115 games of puck in his professional career, Kyle.
Still quite a lot.
Still quite a
More
lot.
than I've played any hero, and I was playing for a long time. But yeah, unfortunate really, because I think that's a game they should be winning.
Yeah.
They just have to execute a bit better. When the Sven goes Midas, you know, you're going to be on a bit of a clock. Would have loved to see just a little cleaner action, because Clock Disruptor have to kill you. They're not doing anything else. They're looking for you.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the puck that you know, dropped the ball a little bit. It was mistakes upon mistakes from both teams, of course. But in the end, it is Into the Breach that take the first game. Can they do it again? Will there be a more clean act in game number 2? We're going to find out after the break.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Game 2 of Into the Breach versus No Bounty Hunter coming to your screens right now. Dream League Season 15 powered by Intel. It's the lower division of the Western European Deep Sea League. And Into the Breach is 1 game up right now, which means that they are 1 game away from snatching that victory. Also means that they're 1 game away of just being able to be relaxed, because both of these teams are 2 and 3 in the scores right now, meaning if you lose here, you actually have a very big chance of being stuck in tiebreakers for elimination. You don't want to be there. Obviously, you're going to get eliminated, which is not good, but there's also a chance you're not going to get any money, and that's also not good. Let's see what we got going this game around. We still have the respect ban this time for the puck. We saw, of course, the puck making it through all the way to 9th pick last game. This time around, not going to happen. We still have the Pugna in, by the way. Not banned.
Yep. Wouldn't be surprised to just see it scooped up, especially with the Grimstroke. I love that combination. Feel like, what was it, game 2 or game 3 of TI9 Grand Finals where we saw OG utilize it? It didn't really get as much of a boost as other stuff that they ran, but double D-Crep, double Dagon, it's pretty sick. And they go for the Void Spirit instead. Really nice to have high reach, one of the spirits against an AA, especially with the Grim. Pretty much guarantees a kill.
Who had it was No Bounty Hunter who had the Grimstroke last game, right? Because they got the double doom off?
They had the double doom.
10 seconds remaining.
Fogg was talking about this the other day, and then, you know, we keep seeing the Grimstroke, and we're like, Grimstroke, it looks so good here. But it seems like this hero has a really miserable win rate.
It does.
Like
I think in the upper, it's like in the 26s or something like that. I'm going to check out it for lower. Please hold.
Will you sing us some elevator music, Shees, while you're...
I will leave that up to Kyle.
Kyle, please sing us some elevator music.
I don't. What is elevator music?
It's like very
music.
kind of
Hello, lower division Grimstroke actually doing quite good. He's been picked 22 times.
Nothing that'll get us hit with the
64% win rate.
Was that really
Good.
I was certainly
it's
in
Kyle.
tune.
We don't have to worry about that.
Ooh.
Pretty
He has a lovely voice.
But it is a 64% win rate over 22 games on Grimstroke in the lower division.
But upper division,
Upper division is atrocious, yeah.
It's been dumpster here, unfortunately. So, I don't know. Interesting.
Just think about it. There's so many English words for bad. You know, awful, terrible, atrocious.
Yeah.
There are also some amazing words for things being good, too.
Yeah. There's a lot of different words for a lot of different things. What's your point?
That'd be a good red button. Synonyms.
Synonyms?
We used to play a game with the fam. You had to say a word. You had to keep going by either adding, changing, or removing one letter, or coming up with a word that rhymed with the word you were saying, and see how far you go. Yeah, that and the animal guessing game.
Who won, though? Who usually won?
I don't remember. It's been so long. It's like a family thing.
That basically means that it's not Kyle. Because if he was the one that won all the time, he'd remember.
Yeah.
And it's not important enough because he wasn't winning, so he doesn't remember.
I was really at the animal guessing game, though.
I believe it. All right, talk to me about Dota.
Up with an AA. Whenever we see it first two'd in upper, I feel like Wraith quite
10
strong here.
seconds remaining.
Maybe not taking it third, of course, but
Oh, he did.
he's going, yeah.
Okay.
Him and Underlord.
The
So
axe is still there. Possibility.
Radiant team picked.
That's not fire.
interesting.
The
So-
grandma.
Does mean that it's most likely going to be a tiny core because so far I don't think Kentucky
Yeah.
has played snap mid at all.
That's the benefit of the hero. They see the Void Spirit, so it's almost guaranteed the enemy mid matchup. Tiny's relatively favored there, at the very least even. And I like that they don't ban it, but they take the Wraith King away. Nice job. I think that's like almost guaranteed the pick for no bounty hunter, especially when you see a Snapfire.
10 seconds remaining.
Now what? Phantom Lancer?
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe just save the carry, take the offlaner here. You already know your matchup. Never a bad game for a Slardar. But then your draft is relatively single target, but really nice with Snapfire. Huge fan of that combination.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah, they'll end up going for the Slardar as you predicted.
A lot of negative armor coming out now too with the little shredder and corrosive haze. Man, I remember the days that just amp damage. Remember those when they just were like, we don't know what to call it. Let's just give it this name.
10
Yeah.
Amplified damage.
What is it now?
It's
Corrosive haze.
I liked
A little more flavor text.
Is it still sprint?
Guardian Sprint?
No, now it's swim.
Definitely not.
What?
Yeah. No, there were a couple of those that
No,
were
there
like
were.
just the easy names, and then it's like, oh, we kind of got to change it into more difficult ones.
I can't think. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. They're very, very basic though.
It used to also just be the Crush, right? Is W.
Yeah.
Now it's Slytherin Crush.
Yeah.
Guardian Sprint.
Oh yeah, they did just add words.
Yeah.
To make it.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, we gotta try a little harder here. We're gonna, you know what it was? It was when they did put all the effort into the remodeling.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, okay, we're giving them like 4 times the number of polygons. We
No,
should...
no. They changed his. They changed his spells like before they gave him the makeover though.
Really?
Yeah.
That was like the first initial try, the budget version.
Yeah, yeah. Why don't we just change names and people will be happy then?
Yeah,
They did say in a thing, we let our updates do the talking, didn't they?
they did.
So there you go.
I wish I picked the axe up for the side of no bounty hunter just because you needed a little bit more AoE control. I guess it's very similar, right? In the sense if you land a really good crush, right? But you're not able to drag people over like we saw that in some of the other teams, I think in the Eastern European region, where, you know, they were playing that axe, they got the call, and then they dragged them towards like the egg or the snap fire kisses or whatever. It's a little bit more mobile.
The Slardar is just better in the laning phase, but more importantly, I think the synergy is there. Because with the AA, you kind of rely on, like, you're trying to burst that initial target. And
10 seconds
Slardar
remaining.
plus Snap as well is just kind of an unfair laning phase, especially against a Wraith King, who's now pretty much forced to, if not under tower, getting that aura, he'll have to get a chainmail, like ASAP. Because when you go to negative armor, and then you're taking physical damage, ability damage, you just die. Armor's good.
I want to see this tiny and ancient apparition move around the map together and just become a gang squad. Especially when you know for the fact that Wraith King is going to want to just kind of move off into the jungle, do his own thing. I want to see these two just hitting hard, hitting fast over the side of no bounty hunter. And if you can get the Slardar in on the action too, even better.
I have last pick mid, unless they want to keep it as a tiny, which they're probably likely to do. I don't think anyone but Liquid has tried to safe lane tiny, but they're also in a
that's
bit of a
lie.
weird spot.
That's a lie. It got played over in SA. They played the core tiny. MNZ
Okay,
popped off.
in the region that we're covering,
Okay.
we
all right.
haven't
You
seen
didn't put
these
that
teams.
qualifier
We
down.
haven't seen teams safe
I gotta
lane
rep
tiny.
my boys when they're doing something good over there, you know?
It's a, I don't know how to feel about it. I think if you can get free farm, it's typically quite nice. Like when Liquid was running it and Mickey just rocks up with a 10-minute blink dagger treads, definitely feels pretty easy to make moves from there on out.
Yeah, but was Mickey playing that as... I'm trying to think what... the lineup was there. That wasn't the game where Koifa was playing Lone Druid, right? No. I can't remember exactly.
that was
but I know like
fast.
they swap their lanes all the time. But yeah, a lot of negative armor coming out for no bounty hunter. Tanner's going to be on the Marana. Good lineup here to set up for those arrows. Now here's the question, because we did see something very similar to this earlier on in the season with a lot of negative armor. Do they go for like a Solar Crest and a Medallion to really just heap on the armor?
It's not ever a bad thing. It might be unnecessary because they already just have so much. You're going to be taking people to the negatives, no problem. It's tough though. So NBH, you don't have too much team fight, but your just straight up damage output is pretty nuts. Look for the Wraith King's game, I think, to kind of determine how well this lineup will do. He's going to get the armlet build, maybe just AC immediately after, but the MKB is a natural part of his item progression. So you don't have that guaranteed win like a PA typically does in the late game.
Do we think that no bounty hunter has what it takes for the second game to force out the third? Is the draft good
I
enough
think
for it?
so. I think that they've got the potential to play very, very quickly, which I like. I think a lot of it is going to come down to the Wraith King, though. You know, how good of a game does he have? Because they've got the burst damage for one time around, but the second time, as it gets later and he gets those items, especially when you got something like a PA, it's iffy. But if they play fast, I think they could do it.
Yeah, you need a really good performance from your Tiny. Void Spirit has a near free game to just wreak havoc on your support. You need to win the lane and then somehow set up for tower kills. That's my big concern. No bounty hunter, they just can't take towers, and they thus need more kills in order to actually get objective pressure on the map. A fast Roche could help them, though. They can sneak it very early.
And then hopefully it doesn't get stolen. Do
Indeed.
they have actually steal potential? Not that much. Not as much as last game, I think. Right? Am I missing something? Last game, unless we have
Gonna toss
Ducky
it,
tossing
you
someone in,
know?
indeed, on the Tiny. We're going to find out how this game 2 is going to play itself out. We're heading over to Odie Pixel and Fog for game 2.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, game 2 now between Into the Breach and No Bounty. Screen minus armor looking straight
I
right.
do. Not as good as Synergy, it does feel like.
Okay.
Decent ways to invade. I do like Marana whenever you're playing versus these PAs and stuff like that that you know are inevitably, you know, they're going to go Ancients and stuff like that. Really good invasion. I think they do set themselves up for some nice invasive plays. But I really do like what No Bounty Hunter's got. I think they've got the team fight advantage. I think they've got really, really strong lanes. They've got, I mean, AA is like this super counter to most of these carries lately, especially because, you know, I've been hearing from a lot of pros versus AA, and I see Wraith King, you rely a bit on your lifesteal, so I do think that that's going to prove to be pretty problematic. I'm seeing a lot of single target on Into the Breach. Axe, Void, like the Wraith King, I'm definitely a little bit concerned for them, but lanes should be decently strong at the very least.
30 seconds to go.
So yeah, they actually get the initial stun, and they actually go for the arrow. It's still on cooldown, so not going to be the case. Tanner, 10 seconds for his, the stun, Malik.
Malik is getting fully focused here. They are able to get him up to the high
Hustler.
ground. He'll be fine.
Oh my god, it's a 5v5. This is, I mean, if the last game was anything to tell, this is perfect.
And there's the first one. Little blood. Blood will go down. Malik also. 2 for 2.
Okay.
It's Antec. He's been taken
love
down
this.
here by low skill and Flash. They're actually going to turn towards Flash. They might actually come out on top here Into the Breach. As indeed, they're going to pick up a Warfare
What?
Fire.
Dodges.
Or he's still dead.
And he's dead. And the pulse. Oh, even wastes the salve.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Well, there we
Who's
have
got
it.
what?
5 kills in the first 10 seconds of action.
Who's got what? Who got which kills? Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
so.
I'm seeing Azantic turning up to mid. He's 1-0-2. That's pretty scary KDA to be laning against.
He has used 3 pulses, though, it looks like. So Taki won't have to deal with that much of the spam, and it's still a pretty good lane for the Tiny anyway with base damage, but you can always work with it as Void Spirit because you have that advantage in the animation. What the hell's PS Courier doing? Did you notice?
I mean, I don't know.
Is he sneaking to the Ring of Health?
Yes, I think that's what
the
this is
sneaky
in
spot.
preparation for the Ring of Health
Okay.
purchase. Yeah, I mean,
Well, that's kind of smart, I guess. Unless it dies when it
Unless
brings
it
it.
dies. I mean,
He's sending it so early.
Oh, yeah. If they're not going to have vision around this part of the map,
what
it's
if
done the game? It's fine. They're not going to check this. Why would a support head back?
Tanner's gonna go stack for his axe, isn't he?
Nah.
You don't think so?
Probably.
I think he's gonna go stack for the axe and probably kill his courier, but we'll see. Because he's just gonna constantly push
Yeah.
in. This is what Mirana's doing these lanes. Like, sure, if you land an arrow on a hero, fantastic. But most of the time, you're all about just getting this lane
How
position.
close is he to the ring, Money?
He's still
There's
kind
a
of
few
far
more
away.
waves, a couple of waves away.
I think Tanner is gonna be able to go for it here.
You,
Because his
you
pole's
think
blocked.
they're going to happen to swing past this and spot it out?
I think Tanner's gonna go back up and get a stack here at this in the next 20 seconds. So I think this courier might get killed, but either way, we'll see.
We'll see how hot he is on the micro when, you know, Tanner starts to disappear from the lane. You know, if he starts to just take the courier out of that area.
Because also, you know what? There's a sentry blocking Tanner's hard camp, so Tanner might actually stick around longer to de-ward that, to open it up. So yeah, no, maybe Low Skill is able to actually get his ring of health and not get it killed.
There we go. It's got 3 more creeps into the habit here. See on the other lanes.
What's going on over here?
Schmat.
This is a scary lane for Into the Breach. If they make one wrong step,
Look at this damage.
there's a bash, bam!
It's so much.
It is so ridiculous how
This
much
is
it does.
definitely one of the stronger snap fire pairings in the offlane right now.
Yeah.
Snap for slaughter. Early levels, it just hits so hard.
I think it's the best hero that can actually stand by the slaughter now.
Was he trying to get it though still? He's got the ring up
Got it.
on the way.
That is ours.
How can you carry hope in the face of the void? I return to the void.
See the TP, it's very nice.
That's smart.
Oh my god, it actually saves him.
Alrighty, Malik.
What a play.
Very, very nicely done. So, things might not be going great
Oh, and Tanner.
down on the bottom, but mid and top into the breach definitely making some plays themselves.
Very nicely done. Tanner too. Arrow and catapults. Big jobs of that Mirana. And yeah, we've seen Wraith King's jungling. He has to. I think they know. This lane is impossible. Get the
Bottom's
Grimstroke the lane.
Bottom is done for.
So now Hustler has freedom.
Oh, we'll see this in the mid.
He's suicide.
Case of them both getting solo. Daki and Zantic. Easy dodge there.
Oh.
And a regen room for him as well. Astral steps back up, and Zantic's away.
Hustler's got free reign now to move around the map. As we saw him do excellent in the game before, even though they ended up losing, his early game on the Tiny was phenomenal. So now that they know Wraith King's pushed out, Slaughter's going to have a free lane. Snapfire can just move around from lane to lane. Look for any of these type of pressure plays. And even can just try to keep tabs of where the Wraith King is. We see a very defensive ward that was placed from Into the Breach. To watch this, they're actually pinging the ward that was just placed down bottom. So they know that ward's there. They're going to be able to de-ward that one soon. Fishman. Oh. I think Blink actually could have just gone for the kill there.
Oh,
Okay.
easy courier for Malik.
Vanguard
behind the
online.
tower. I mean, I guess now at this stage, can they do too much about Malik doing this? Like, where does Daki go as the Tiny? You know, is he looking to try and shake up Axe, pulling the waves and making the moves on the momentum top, or is he heading down bottom to try and punish that Wraith King and that bottom area of the map even more?
You should go top. You've got you got the Ice Vortex too.
Yeah,
sure, this is a very tanky Axe, but if he steps up too far, Ice Vortex plus Tiny combo is probably going to be more than enough. But it looks like Into the Breach, they're making the move first. They're actually bringing the Void Spirit up top. A very easy kill if they can set up onto him, but they're looking for the PA. They actually show under tower.
Oh, it's a nice one as well. They got the chip vest here for Axe.
Very nice. Yeah, that's going to be nice. Do they have any stacks? No stacks.
Top again.
They actually connected.
They do. And Zantic's in with the setup, and Tanner, he's landing these arrows today.
And now the tower is going to be going. Daki not moving out of the mid lane. He's still just chilling, waiting for the 8-minute rune now, but not matching the movement of the Void Spirit. He kind of knew that was happening too. Nobody was showing mid. Like, Void Spirit was gone for over 40 seconds.
He's got to be prepared for that.
Yeah, he's got to be ready. At least a TP. We'll find a haste. This could be a big rune. Now he might make the swing up, but the tower is likely to be dead. They're actually going to bring Slardar as well.
Bringing everyone, all 3 cores up to the top lane.
They better get Malik at the very least.
Surely, yeah, they should get the Axe.
They have to. And they will.
All right. Only one, but it is the big one. It's the Axe that slowed down Malik's game a little bit.
But they had to move.
It took a lot.
Everybody.
All 3 cores into the same area. Maybe they could get more there. They'll up a little play.
Oh my god, no way. They actually find him.
Oh, well then suddenly it is all, it's absolutely worth it then. You pick off the Wraith King as well. We'll lose Flash up on the top lane, but Tanner, he's got to run. He's just out of the range of the sentry in time. Did have a dire sentry a little bit to the east there.
Well, you know who's happy during all this? Fishman. Fishman has just been chilling bottom. He's got Arcane Boots level 6 now, maxing out the stroke for these good ways to de-push off the towers. I think he knows he's gonna need that and some damage to make up for after the laning phase.
Probably a little disappointed that his Wraith King died there,
Absolutely, that is most definitely true. Definitely put a big mistake there by the Wraith King. Oh, casual gloves of haste into the blink. I've been seeing some interesting item choices on a lot of Slardars lately. I know CIS region is big fans of the Mask of Madness lately, even if you are off lane. It's a bit of a funny one, but Link going the more standard route. I mean, Medallion up. All right, Medallion plus Slardar, plus PA.
I mean,
Let it begin.
When you have this sort of lineup, it's nice, right? Because it does mean that low skill can, you know, if he chooses to farm around his team, he can get involved because it's just going to be so much buff up with the physical output that a crit, even if he's just holding like a Ring of Health or a Perseverance, it will still hurt a lot.
Zaki. Does get the Invis rune. Do they get the cookie? Zantic, he actually goes in.
I mean, he's trying to dodge the cookie.
The arrow, and they get the... Oh, Tanner! Oh, no!
He's drawn in for this.
Oh, oopsie.
All right, just sort of leaps into the river.
I feel like people do that a lot when they forget about the Void Spirit mark damage. He just popped to it, but he thought they needed the extra damage. Gets his life. 8-9, another very chaotic game.
Or mid. Do they have the damage done? Oh, a nice little toss back there. Able to toss him back before the ink swell went off. Getting that silence off of himself in time.
I'm loving this aggression right now from both sides. Malik's getting free farm top. He pretty much has his hood done on top of the Vanguard. Not sure if I'd like the hood after Vanguard complete. We'll talk about that afterwards. As we see into the breach, making the move bottom, they see PA.
Oh, they've got the
Joe skill.
Do they have the damage?
They do.
Low skill just gets caught out down here. Blink.
What's he doing down there?
He's going to try and run for Tana, but there's 3 of them here. Blink, he's in trouble. Oh, X1, it catches him. He's pretty tanky here, Blink, but with the Phantom's Embrace coming out,
The kisses.
maybe they've got the turnaround here because Daki's come in.
The kisses. Oh! That one barely clipped.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great kisses from Hustler. And that actually is enough to save Blink, push them back, and...
Wait, Malik.
Matt, how did he get here?
I mean, he's got the hood and the Vanguard, so he is a little bit tankier, but...
He is. And Atlantic's on his way back over.
Malik?
Malik is still alive, gets the dunk off. Blink, very, very low, but won't be able to chase down Azantic as Azantic's able to get away with that Cutting Blade movement speed buff.
Are fortified.
Okay, well, hood keeps him alive long enough to be able to get, you know, I'm still not crazy about going for these hoods, 'cause I think you're gonna inevitably die anyway into AA and Snapfire, like all this minus armor. Sure, you're a little bit more resistant to that, but you're delaying your blink, and your team, they are struggling a bit. They do need this blink. Low skill also, though, he keeps coming down here.
He really likes it over.
Why is he not just hitting some jungle camps? I don't know why he's going down there. He's so crazy,
It's
this
a
guy.
scary place. I mean, no one's farming his triangle, right? He can start hitting some agents.
He's got some stacks, too. He does farm them slowly, but...
Sure. And it's only level 1 burst, so it's...
It is a safe place to be as he's going a little too crazy here again. 3 deaths already for this man, just like last game. Just likes to get involved early as his carry, but does get punished for it.
Zantic going straight for the Aghanim's rush this game.
Yep.
Very nice. You know, they're all casting the abilities.
But look at this. Blink, he's got a blink on the Slardar, and the Axe, Malik, he bought a hood, so he's going to be quite a ways away.
They got the double blink.
They've got the double blink.
Yeah.
Into the Breach is going to be under a lot of pressure here now. These moves are going to come out very fast, and they don't have great ways to counter gank. They're going to have to bring the Void Spirit, have to bring the Mirana. Wraith King can't show up.
I mean, and that's the thing as well, you feel that even with like the Hood and the Vanguard, if like Slardar and Tiny both jump on the Axe with the amp up, they'll kill him.
He's absolutely dead.
Yeah.
This is not your invulnerable Axe that he probably wants to go for. You know, this is it's a common thing that I feel like people do. It's like, oh, I've got this amazing item on timing on all this, but there's an AA with a max Ice Vortex as well, too. So this hood is just gone.
You can't build to be unkillable in the early stages of the game.
Especially when your team is struggling. Like, your Wraith King is struggling so hard in this game, you want to be making space for him. We do see the Midas is finished. Again, Lil Pleb going for the same item choice.
I like it.
He needs it.
You got to have something that's going to be able to match the farming pace of the PA with the Battle Fury.
Does mean he's not going for Armlet, which means his armor is going to be very low versus this.
Against thin AA, though, so always the argument's going to be there to dissuade you from that.
Very true.
Yeah.
Does mean he's going to be pretty much
he's got to AFK.
He's going to die until he has like AC.
He can't turn up to
No.
He's got to AFK farm until he has like the Radiance and possibly the AC.
Exactly, yeah.
He needs a lot of time, a lot of space. The team's giving it to him, though. As we'll see, they make the move onto the AA. So they've got enough burst to bring down Blink. Not quite. As Daki's in with the counterplay, comes in with the combo. Zantic trying to split for them, but they're going to get caught out on the way out. They'll be able to take down the two of them.
Without the blink, he's just kind of running around inside of the fights. He can't actually get onto these targets that he'd want to. And there, I mean, this is the exact example that we're talking about there, right? Not having a way to counter gank, not having a way to get on top of them. They only get the AA. They probably would get the Slardar too if they did have that extra item there finished up on Malik.
That sort of fight, the low skills have to turn up, giving a bit of a cash boost. That will be the Battle Fury pretty much done. So,
oh boy.
This PA, it really is a game and a draft that's very much built around just making sure that this PA will always hit hard. And if low skills able to get the farm under his belt at the same pace as the Wraith King, it's going to be hard for the Wraith King to carry into this.
Oh, and they've got Solar Crest now done too. What level's Blink? Okay, he's only level 10, but still, this minus armor is going to be devastating.
Yeah.
Like you said, Wraith King, he has to get 2 items, Radiance and AC, before he shows up, or he's just going to die.
He's just destroyed by this minus armor, yeah.
Tanner does connect with another arrow, making some nice solo plays here, but can't quite finish off the kill. How are we doing on Malik? Okay, 200 away. Desperately
like, he's still very fast.
He is.
There's no doubt about it. He's farming very, very well.
But it's been delayed so much. Okay, Battle Fury's already done. Now they have to do riskier plays to invade on into the breach.
She bottom is Antic.
Okay,
Quite
nicely
good
done.
grab there onto Blink. Blink was a little low.
And Zantic is actually doing such a good job with these ink swells. To make it, I mean, maybe to make up for the fact that this axe doesn't have the blink, he's being super active with Fishman.
And there we go.
Blink is online.
Now they can go for the full jump at them and just do their best to create safe areas of the map
How can you carry hope
for Little Pleb to go completely unharmed. It is working. You know, other than that little bit of a blunder where he gets caught out when no bounty hunter headed into his triangle, he has been getting the spaces, Wraith.
He has, yeah. But look, I mean, look at low skill. He finishes up a triple ancient stack, nicely done, and he is just enabled ahead of that Wraith King very quickly, and he's going to continue farming that much faster. As Lil Pleb is still quite a ways away from Radiance. Scouting out down here, not able to quite find anything.
So if they're able to take down this tier 1 bottom, what sort of defense no bounty hunter want to come out with?
I don't think they can push this. This is too scary.
Hit buildings too well.
No. And then you're setting yourself up to get comboed by Tiny, Slardar, and AA Blast, so I think it's just a bit too risky. But they do have to find ways to hunt the PA, because as we said, PA is just going to get this much faster farm, and really the onus is on into the breach to be able to slow down the timings. Otherwise, Wraith King will never be able to do anything versus PA, because no bounty hunter will have Roche control most of this game too. So
let's have a look what we got here.
Oh my, that is it? Look at that effective HP. He is so squishy. As we said, he will not show up.
Yeah, that's one crit right from PA pretty soon in the game.
Yes. The call. The arrow off the mark of the cookie.
They got him.
But they got him.
They got him. They have enough control. Well, you know, they do have a control in abundance here between the heroes making these moves.
Yeah, where was Blink? Where was the Slardar? He has to be playing more active. Your job is no longer is to farm on Slardar. You must just be sitting behind your cores or looking to make these active plays to make space for PA.
Sure. I mean, he wants to get this BKB farmed up, but you feel at this stage of the game, he doesn't need a BKB to go in. You can absolutely just commit.
No, he just needs to be with his teammates, with the Tiny, with the Snapfire to make these plays. Like the 4 heroes that they have on No Bounty Hunter to make plays and kills is very strong. But we're seeing into the breach, they're kind of outplaying them with the movements. Atlantic Fishman.
2K ahead.
Doing a great job.
And getting very close to having the relic, right? We're going to see a good timing on this. A little pleb may have suffered in the laning stage. You know, and he really did. It was a rough start.
I'm seeing Blink just taking farm from his core. Look, he's taking the Ancients now, too.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. So low skill's going to be like, okay, where do I go now? My Ancients are taken.
That's a little...
That's like kind of griefy.
That's great.
I think Brian would be very upset if he saw that.
He's crying.
Because now, look, your PA backs up to your jungle, and he's like, where the hell are the creeps?
Yeah.
So I do think that's going to hurt them a little bit. Now they are looking to get more active, though. The smoke... Oh, yeah, low skill now has a weird place to farm. And maybe he actually looks to get involved with this team. I mean, he does have crazy minus armor, so maybe if he just gets involved with fighting, he's going to get these type of kills.
In with the jump, and Antec's gone.
That's great. There you go, low skill. That's your farm. So it ends up all working out in the end, but usually you do see the Slardar being a little bit more active with the play to give the PA those spaces to farm. The safe spaces to farm, as we said.
I mean, I guess he's just really made a compelling argument about that BKB. It's like, guys, I need the BKB.
And it's also the level 12. I guess that's the other thing that is fair.
Sure,
you do get the level 2 Corrosive Haze, and then Roche is just free with Solar Crest. Yeah, look, he's even farming the hard camp. Look at this. He's taking the hard camp as low skills right here. He's just like, all right, this is mine.
He's going to let low skill up the Ancients.
This time he will.
This time round. We'll see him head over and farm
the Ancients.
Farm the Ancients.
No, now he's going to, I think now he's fixing it.
No, he's helping.
He's being the... There we go.
Preparing it.
Yeah. He says sorry.
There we go. He's letting low skill have it this time.
Almost deso, so we're gonna have, my god.
It's a lot of minus armor.
All right, new math on the effective. We gotta do new math on the effective HP when we have deso, level 2 Corrosive Haze, Solar Crest, and Snapfire.
Well, how much minus armor? We can do the maths on the minus armor as well.
So, 11, 18, minus 20, 38, right?
Minus 38.
It's 38 with Snapfire, Solar Crest, Corrosive Haze, and the other one, right? Or it's 33.
A lot of minus armor.
Okay, whatever. They'll figure it out. JJ, you're on it.
And how much armor does the Wraith King have? None. 16.
16.
Oh, no. He's got that ring of protection though.
But he's gonna have evasion. The Radiance dodge chances.
He's gonna have that next chance.
Heroes are gonna start exploding.
Yeah.
Support life will be miserable very soon for the side of Into the Breach.
Has anyone got Blightstone? Snap got...
Enter.
Yeah. He's fine. He thinks he's fine. He is. He's out. No one's got Blight though. You know, they're missing out on some potential here.
That's okay.
Get a casual. Look, sell one of those GG branches. Get yourself a Blightstone on low skill.
They got bigger priorities. They want bigger items.
More minus armor. You need it all.
I'm surprised they're not actually like smoking to just go straight into a Roche pit. because you know how behind this Wraith King is. You haven't seen him in a while, but you do have good team fight. But Into the Breach is actually the
they're
one smoke.
getting him involved.
They're
going to come over the smoke. They want to do something with this Radiance.
Okay,
He does
wow.
get shredded by the minus number,
He
but
will.
if they can keep him off him, this Radiance will do big damage. Oh, they get a job. They're
Oh,
going
those
to
go.
lock down the PA.
They
PA's
got
going to
him.
get dunked down. They've lost the PA. Flash is going to get taken out as well, and now they're going to turn their attention over towards Blink. As this will be Into the Breach, getting 3 heroes. Maybe even they're looking towards Hustler. Got any chase from Tanner. Looking for the angle. He's going to have the arrow in a second. Dual Scepter as well, so he will have the catch. He's going to use it to save himself. Malik looks for the jump over towards Daki.
One by one.
The Tiny. They just got every single one of them.
They're playing, I mean, they're just playing way too passively on No Bounty Hunter. The Breach is just like, we're just going to make all the plays on the map.
I mean, that's the dream sort of smoke up, right, with the Radiance from Lil Pleb. It's not an easy game for him to fight into this lineup with just a Radiance and a Midas. But they made it look easy there. They smoke up and they take down the whole team.
And it's a 1-by-1 death there, really, from No Bounty Hunters. Into the Breach just looking much more, I mean, much more aggressive, much more keen to actually make moves. And No Bounty Hunters, just everyone just is like, okay, I'm waiting for this next item timing. Next item timing. Slaughter wants BKB, but they got to do something. They have such a good draft when all these timings come together with this minus armor, but they're just not utilizing it.
Yeah. So the effective HP is, but we're taking his armor into account as well and everything. It's going to be taken down to 489. So there we go, some fantastic maths there from our stats lad, so thank you very much for that.
They're the ones hitting Roche. This should almost never happen if you're on the side of No Bounty. With this draft,
yeah, they know it's going up.
Scouted.
They've got to head over. They can't, if Into the Breach get Roshan, that's going to hurt big time for No Bounty Hunter. They've got to try and put a stop to this, but Malik, he's in against the jump. At the same time, they make the move over well onto Ducky. Ducky's got to run. A buyback will come out straight away from the AA. But it's so bad to get the two of them. The Rain Fire Blast comes out. Little Pleb's in. They'll be able to take down Hustler. He's now over towards the PMP, getting trapped back by the round at low skill. Will manage to jump to safety, but Blink dies on the front of it all. They're still running. Low skill, is he actually going to be able to make it away? He's not. Another steps up. They take down the PA. They take down Flash. Daki, he's trying to run, but Xantic's in on top of him, and they got the cat. Ooh.
He hits him, though.
I think they've still got him.
They still got him.
They have indeed. They're going to be able to get the team wipe. 6 kills this time, technically, taking down Flash the twice. Ultra kill for Little Pleb. I mean, he's just pretty much rolled into 11 kills back-to-back after the Radiance purchase. It seems Little Pleb's been getting active, and I don't know, it just seems to be completely downhill for No Bounty Hunter. You've just had 2 back-to-back team wipes that you've given up. How on earth do you come back from that?
They're just one by one, kind of like just dying, kind of like feeding. The Slaughter's not making plays. He's playing as if he's the one on the Slaughter Blink.
I mean,
very weird stuff coming out here from them. Is, you know, this is a phrase from Kyle, right? Look at the Radiant team. That's playing to win. Right there. That's playing to win, baby.
That they're making, the team play, it is absolutely there.
Dyer's not making the moves. No Bounty Hunters just all split up, not expecting moves, not looking to make the first go either when they were the team with the double blinks first. And Xantic is the one always leading the charge, always catching every hero. No Bounty Hunter, they've lost Roshan somehow when they have PA, Slardar, Snapfire with shoulder press. How the hell does that happen?
Oh, that's going to hurt for them. That's going to hurt.
There's no gusto. I'm not seeing the gusto from No Bounty Hunter to actually look to make these aggressive moves. Into the Breach, look, immediate smokes, so these Moonlight Shadows, they're always making moves.
Low skill's gotta be careful.
Oh. Look at Xantic. He's just a menace this entire series.
And they got the call. They've got the control. Little Plebs in. They've absolutely got the damage. Ducky's down again.
They've completely fallen apart.
It has. Of course, they are playing under not the ideal circumstances. They are playing with the stand-in No Bounty Hunter. As it definitely seems a team play today Into the Breach have just outdone them by far here. Especially if you witness this last 5 minutes again. Low skill.
I mean, he's probably going to die for this.
I think he's definitely going to die for this.
Yep.
It's completely disjointed here from No Bounty Hunter. They're on completely different pages, completely different books, completely different libraries.
Everyone's playing for themselves, it looks like, on No Bounty Hunter. While Into the Breach, it's all these beautiful team plays. Hustler and Blink, they try for Little Pleb. He's a lot stronger now, though. He's gotten so much time to get the
They can't even kill him the once.
He's actually going to survive.
Ooh, Alec.
They can't even get his reincarnate down. And now, I mean, now he's got AC done. In all of this the quick spin.
Yeah, this is pretty wild. 10k lead, 27 to 20.
20,000
But hey,
experience.
Blink finally got his BKB. So he's got that BKB that he's been trying to farm up.
Cool.
See what sort of a difference the impact he can have now. It's going to be a whole lot harder, though, with how far ahead he can reach art now.
They've missed so many big timings that they had together. Just not working well together. I mean, the PA has 6 deaths. It's very rare you see a carry getting hunted this much because he just doesn't have the similar space as the opposing carry, the Wraith King, who's been
They
set up.
still have that insane physical burst potential.
If they get the jumps, let's see what they can do.
Blink jumps over Malik. He's committing with the BKB onto Fishman.
Get one.
That will get the job done. See, the little pleb going to step in.
There we go.
Now pop in the once. Santi's in with the backup. He's in with the silence as well. They're taking down the AA. They're trying to take down Little Pleb a second time. But Little Pleb turns, takes down Blink. See Malik running down Hustler as him and Zantic are just pushing back the back lines. The Remnants out. They've grabbed the Tiny. They'll bring down Daki, jump over the Astral Step. That's PA gone as well. It's a triple kill for Zantic as they'll also look to chase down Hustler. Malik giving himself a cheeky whip as he runs in, chases out the Snapfire. They'll take down another.
Excellent team play. They lose their Wraith King, but it doesn't matter. It's not only just about the Wraith King. As we've seen from Antec this game, he's been phenomenal. This Void Spirit, so aggressive. Look at his damage done. Bet you his damage done throughout the game is quite a bit the highest compared to everybody else. He is an absolute killer.
Getting a little low. Now wants to get a bit more usage out of the Aegis. He's still got it for 2 more minutes.
Look at those damage numbers. Like, he is just a ruthless killer and no bounty hunter. I'm looking at Slardar's damage. You know, he's not really playing that role to sacrifice himself for the PA this game.
I mean, it really just fit with all the minus armor had. Blink, he's gone in.
But he's kind of alone.
No PA and Snapfire. He's done this without his teammates alive, really.
And now he's just probably dead.
I missed the arrow. That might save him.
That might actually save him, okay. Zantic was about to go, but heroes are respawning. He will be able to reset. Blink.
Catch Fishman on.
We'll get one. Maybe a second. Oh, Malik.
Turns back for the bouncy route. And they close the gap.
Ooh, a regen.
Oh, that's a big regen. That's a big regen here. Playing aggressively with it as well. As Blink has been caught by the battle hunger, he's trying to remove it. Will deny himself to a neutral creep, but that's only going to mean he's dead for longer. At this stage, Daki turns with the combo onto Zantic, and Zantic,
he's still tanky.
He's still got a minute left on the Aegis as well, so he's happy to play as aggressively as he is. They might even be able to bring him down the once. He's just dancing around the fight.
Still alive.
They get the call off with the blade mail, as there's so much damage being done back to low skill. Low skill will manage to take the Aegis away from him at least. But now he's got to run. They're up for round 2. The Dissimulate allowed him to close it on the PA. It's just a complete slaughter here of no bounty hunter. As into the breach, they've just been totally styling on them for the last half of this game.
Absolutely. And I mean, honestly, Antec.
Nice memes there, not getting it. Team fight priceless. I mean, he did die the once, so yeah, we'll let you have it. It was a good attempt.
They crumbled. They didn't even hit any of their timings. They didn't play around with timings on No Bounty Hunter. Antec is this is just a highlight reel for him. Pretty much the entire game, it feels like. Antec is just styling on
It's just been happening. He's looking at him just taunting them standing there.
That's a treat to watch.
And Zantic, he's had a few of these games where he absolutely pops off. We've seen it on his Pugners. We've seen it on his Void Spirits. I don't think this is the first time he's had other good games on the Void Spirit here in the league, but you know, sometimes he just hits right.
Yeah, 34 kills out of 39. And just look at this one, the taunt, right? Look at how he plays this. He gives him it, and then he stands there looking at him. Oh, look, that's just confidence. What a killer. I like watching this guy. Some of his heroes are really, his Ember and Void Spirit are an absolute treat. This Rax is taken out. And a clear path to victory here now for Into the Breach. 24k gold lead. Excellent plays in the mid game, but man, no bounty hunter. It feels like they just let themselves get ran at.
Yeah, it just fell apart. It fell apart so hard this game.
Like this PA had Deso Battle Fury. What was the timing? What was their timing on it, on the Deso Battle Fury? Because he had it so early.
It was very fast. It was absolutely faster than average. You know, it was a faster than average time.
Yeah, like 21 minutes, and he still doesn't have BKB 9 minutes later. That kind of tells it all. Into the breach. Wholly dominant map control.
They're trying to go mad, but it's a blade mail called immediately. Low skill jumps in, but immediately gets caught by Malik. It's
GG.
over. Yeah, they'll tap out now. They're done with this one. As into the breach, they just obliterate No Bounty Hunter in this game too. And there is the man himself,
Killer.
Antec.
Killer himself.
Brilliant series from him, brilliant game.
Yeah, that
That's
was-
definitely one of his best ones here on the Void Spirit. And that's saying something. He has a lot of brilliant games on the Void Spirit.
Honestly, a treat to watch from Into the Breach, the way that they did do these aggressive plays. When they didn't go for the double blink dagger. Our Slardar, right? The Tiny, they both went for the blinks. They didn't do the
nothing
plays.
happened.
They didn't do anything. It felt like they let themselves get ran at. Into the Breach, though, got to give them some credit the way that they did make these smoke moves, but yeah, no Bounty Hunter. They really just kind of slipped out of control.
Yeah. And as we say, you know, No Bounty Hunters, of course, were playing with a stand-in.
sure.
They didn't have their main man Khan available for today. Not too sure on the reasons, but Low Skill was standing in, so they weren't playing as the full team.
Absolutely.
And definitely the team play was where it really came into effect of how much of a difference there was today between these two squads of five. As Into the Breach, as we're seeing with the league going on, that they really are getting more and more into it. We're really seeing them come together, and performances like this it's just ruthless from them.
Yeah, and they enabled their Wraith King very nicely. He didn't have to do much of anything. He shows up with Radiance.
Yeah.
Maybe thinking that he's going to die because he has, what, 600 quote-unquote effective HP if he's ever hit by the minus armor, but he didn't get hit by it.
He didn't.
Ran through, cleaned up. Easy game for Wraith King after a very tough start in the laning phase.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. With that sort of a picture, there's no doubt about it. Into the Breach coming out on top today. The series, it's theirs. 2-0 here against No Bounty Hunter.
we kind of missed the highlight of minute 0, but it was battle from minute 0 onwards, and it kind of looked like it was going okay for No Bounty Hunter with a cute courier play, getting that ring of health from the secret shop after he hit the curry in the Roshan pit, but then this is what we saw for the rest of it. It was fights after fights after fights, and after that first game, it looked like that was merely a warm-up for Into the Breach because they were the team more prepared to fight compared to No Bounty Hunter, and in the end, that caused them to be victorious. 2-0 actually for Into the Breach here over No Bounty Hunter. I'm here with Kyle Moxie, and Kyle, I mean, this was, I mean, it was very back and forth. Definitely not as back and forth as game 1, right? There was a clear, better team here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know how the hell they get away with Midas, Radiance, Wraith King, but a big credit's got to go to A-RGB, who pretty much just played like a beast. He's not just like winning the lane, he's effectively carrying his team in all of their movements. He is the guy making plays. Malik going Vanguard and Hood before Blink on Axe. Still doesn't matter because the Void Spirit's just everywhere at once. Well done.
Yeah, well done indeed, Moxie. Were you expecting Into the Breach to come out ahead here today?
I was disappointed. I said during the draft, they had a Tiny, they had an Ancient Apparition. I was like, I want to see these guys making moves. I want to see them playing tempo. It looked good, but then they didn't play tempo. They didn't, and all of a sudden it just becomes the ad show. We just see Antec's just, you know, running away with everything, enabling his whole team to do whatever they wanted to. And then towards the end of the game, it just felt like everyone was, just the whole game had fallen apart at that point. It was a pub.
It was a little bit of a pub. I believe Brian's also going to be a little critical of some plays here on the drawing board.
Some fun things too here, Sheever. Not just all mean comments, but we're going to start a little bit highlighting map distribution. Fog was really talking about how they weren't making the plays on Dire, and I want to highlight exactly what's going on. For Radiant, you have Axe and Mirana together. That's a gank duo. You have Grimstroke and Void Spirit together. That's a gank duo. And then you have a Wraith King farming on his own. On the Dire side, we got a Tiny farming. We got 2 supports farming by themselves. And we got a Slardar with a Blink hanging out with his farming carry, which is not who he wants to be ganking with. So it's just simply inefficient map distribution from No Bounty Hunter in comparison. And Blink, he's just kind of a no man's land over here, just gets caught. And this is going to alleviate so much pressure on the Into Breach's lineup that it's just going to allow them, you see this, like, this is just one example of many plays that's going to lead to them having a lot more space on the map than you would think when they have a Midas, Radiance, Wraith King. And then we're going to have a little fun clip here where I think we oftentimes watch professional matches and we see things that we think look really stupid. And I just want to highlight, sometimes you have to put on player perspective to learn a lot about what happens in these games. So we're going to watch Antec just straight up walk past an enemy ward with his own sentry right there. And then a few seconds later, he's going to die to a very obvious gank that most of us would be like, how does he not see that? So quickly we'll watch the play from his perspective. He's scared. You can clearly tell he knows he's at threat. He's running, and his HUD's going to cover the ward. He has absolutely no idea that that ward is there. The sentry was just recently placed, and I just think it's important that if you do want to learn from professional matches, you do try to look at people's perspective and exactly what they're going to see in the game, because that's what they're using to make their decisions.
Thank you very much indeed. I would have not seen that word either.
No, I like that point from Brian. That's a cool insight, but specifically when it comes to the map, like where people play on the map is something that it's tough to see from an in-game perspective. Like we're just watching it, but when you actually go in, look at the replay, that's the big issue here with how this Dire lineup played out, because they just simply didn't do things correctly. Like the right heroes need to be playing with the right heroes, the right areas of the map. You know, the gank, it's very simple to have 2 gank duos and a Wraith King free farming. It's why he's able to come online, because the game's sort of playing itself when you keep to those pairings.
Yeah, it was a strong showing from Into the Breach, and it wasn't necessarily the draft that caused No Bounty Hunter to not win here. It was lack of movement, lack of synergy maybe. I mean, they were playing with the stand-in as well, Moxie.
Yeah, it was the execution. The execution, I think. I think the draft looked perfectly fine, in my opinion. I think that they just needed to move tempo. I think they needed to move together, and they weren't making those plays, whereas on the other side, Into the Breach was doing exactly what they needed to do.
Indeed, indeed. Aha! Speak of the devil, we get to talk to not one, but 2 people. We have both Fishman and, hope I pronounced it properly, Metpum, Coach Metpum. Yes. We cannot hear you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I mean, I can see you guys talking. We can see you. I don't know how you guys' sign languages. Hey,
Oh,
yes.
there we go.
Hello.
Yeah, nice.
Hello. Congratulations on the series.
Metrim.
Metrim?
Yes.
Oh, I guess.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, we hear both of you now. Great. All right. My first question is for Fishman. I want to know you're a Bane Lich support. In my memory, I've always seen you playing those, and obviously this season it's not really been Bane Lich at all. I want to know what needs to change, especially for Lich, for you to pick it.
I don't know, just need to buff this hero, like also Bane. This hero just, these two.
Oh, we lost the audio again. Yeah,
Team,
there you
stop mute me.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so Bane and Lich just very bad heroes, I think. Gaban need to up these two heroes to pick them. But I like Bane a lot with Lich, yes.
Yeah.
Actually, last game I was thinking to pick Lich because Slardar doesn't fire lane.
Yeah, we've
Gonna struggle
discussed
versus
Lich.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll see it in the next series. Who knows?
I think not.
You think not? No.
Well, not that we've talked about it like this.
It's gonna get banned, maybe.
So I'm not sure how much your coach is actually involved in the whole process of drafting, but I know that Ntaki, you know, his big hero is Puck, and in that first game, you guys didn't give a puck about him. You just let him go through all the way to 9th pick. So what happened with that? Did you guys just forget that, you know, that was a hero that should be taken out? Did you think the Tiny was a mid?
Are we still having them with us? We can't. Oh, we have lost.
We've lost them.
Yeah, we lost them.
Well, they won the game. That's
They did win the game.
Yay!
Yes. They did win the game, and they looked good doing it. And obviously, they've recently had their swap with Little Pleb stepping in for Thug, and I'm
Your turn to ban. 5 seconds remain. Five seconds remaining. Your turn to pick.
This one is in the bag, and not one of those drag bags that a lot of you
Prepare
are
for
using.
battle.
A royal bag, well beyond your petty needs. If it pleases me.
30 seconds to battle.
Absolutely.
The battle begins.
What a test this shall be. Interesting. I understand. What's over there? With pleasure. I see. Not for the likes of you. Test your metal. Where next to sink my blade? The sorcerer. fascinating imagery. Interesting. No challenge. Interesting. Excellent idea. This will be fun. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I see. Such fascinating images. Yes. I understand. What's shows an ambition. Very good. I agree. Face makers. Interesting. Such fascinating imagery. Fantastic image of cast asunder. Excellent idea. Indeed. What's over there? Haste! If it pleases me. Curious. I almost feel bad.
Go! I told you to go. Beyond.
What's over there?
Your middle tower is under attack.
I
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Your middle tower is under attack.
As it pleases me.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I understand. Very good. What's over there?
Your middle tower is under attack.
Excellent idea. I understand. Absolutely.
Radiant
Itu tower. Oh, gede banget rupanya.
Enemy's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's structures are fortified. Your top tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack. The enemy's top tower has been denied.
What's over there?
Invisibility!
Interesting. With pleasure. If it pleases me. Such fascinating images. That should help. Excellent idea.
Top tower is under attack.
What up?
Your top tower has fallen.
What's over there?
Your top tower is under attack.
With pleasure. If it pleases me.
Your top tower is under attack. Structures are fortified. Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower has fallen.
With pleasure. I understand. Such fascinating imagery. Interesting. What's over there? Bring it on. Face the Magus. Unstoppable. Excellent idea. Interesting. Very absolutely. Maybe. I see. Indeed. What's over there? Yes. Very good. Such fascinating images. Interesting. Much better.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower has fallen.
If it pleases me. I understand. What's over there? Excellent idea. Curious. Absolutely.
With rangers.
Interesting. With pleasure. Yes. Such fascinating abilities.
Let's focus a little bit on Brame, because Brame has been on the up and up, as my panel members keep saying. They're doing good. The boot camp is working out for them for sure, and they seem to also have the right energy in the team, and they stopped underestimating their opponents, according to Skylark.
We're gonna be up the top. We're gonna bring you content. It's all about our energy, man. It's all about our energy. We will bring it.
We have to in that circumstance, but as soon as he dodges it and he swarms you,
we expect them to be very prepared because we already shown much of what we can do. So we're gonna take this game as serious as possible, and everything's gonna be there for us, emotions and everything. They're pretty good opponents, but there's always the feeling that they're not, you know, liquid.
Through beam stuff is incredible.
All right.
Tackle stuff.
Yeah, that's the reveal over here of the site device.
They're gonna bring less to the table, but they're still strong opponent. There's no way we're not overlooking this at all.
Skylar, he's just so tanky. Does have to be careful though. These Mortimer kisses. Can they land the last one? Oh, he's dancing. He's dodging. He's still alive. The cookie out coming up for Fatum is hoping that maybe he could go and use that scatter blast, but it's not going to happen. And now it looks like Fatum will pay for this with his life. Ooh.
Obviously, we rate everything the same because of the caliber of the tournament and what's behind that.
Yeah, this is a team that, of course, has come from the lower division from the first season, and the very first game, in the very first European DPC game actually featured Brame, and they lost that series, and on hindsight they said, yeah, we definitely underestimated our opponents, and ever since they've been trying not to do that. It's a conscious thing that they are working on, and it has been paying off, Brian.
I will say that if you know who your opponents are and you have some preconceived notion whether or not you think they're really good or really bad, I think that's purely detrimental. I think it makes you play absolutely worse no matter what. You either play down to their level that you think they're below you, or you play more scared because you think they're above you. And I think if you can just, the closer you can get to approaching each team the same is the better.
Yeah, that's a good lesson. But you need to be there, like, consciously working on that? Like, are you happy to see Brame being conscious about that?
You have to catch yourself doing it and convince yourself, like, this is just another Dota game. We have to study their strategy. We have to be prepared for our individual opponents, but we don't want to have a judgment on them. I think that's the biggest part.
Okay, fair enough. When going into this series, I think we can safely say Brame is the favorite coming into this. Is there something very important that you want to see from Hellbear Smashers that you think will give them the keys to the game?
I think maybe sort of just go with that sort of strat that has sort of got them the wins against the bigger team. It seems to very much, you know, get something big for Ace and then just try and stall the game. You know, you get him on something like the Deucer or some sort of 4 Protect 1. It's not necessarily going to be the thing that beats the enemy, but it's going to be the thing that maybe the enemy loses to. You know, they overextend, they're not able to close the game in time, you're able to avoid a good number of the ganks that are being thrown at you, and you're able to carry it through to the late game, capitalize on those mistakes. So I think that seems to be what works for them, what has managed them to get them the wins against these bigger squads. I think if they just try and go for some full aggro running at Brame, I think Brame will they'll win every time, because the skirmishing of a team like Brame, I just would value as a much superior in comparison to that helps best Smashers are able to play.
Yeah, we've sometimes been mentioning Brame as the OG light, Brian, in terms of playstyle.
I mean, they're Captain Spartan. So I don't know how many people at home know exactly what that means, but if you've watched this guy play and the way his energy is, even during the interviews after our games, you know exactly what type of tempo of Dota you're getting.
I think a lot of people will be remembering at Finham, Boston Major, that was the same team Spartan was on, and that energy that he and his team had, I mean, it's still there, right? It didn't just go away after them losing to OG in that final.
That is his energy, I would say. His teammates probably get elevated. Maybe he'll have a teammate like that every now and then, but I would say it's probably better he doesn't have teammates like that.
Yeah.
A little too much of that can go the wrong way.
Yeah, and we also, we say that it's good that they're talking about not wanting to underestimate their opponents, so on. They are also very much aware, and they have spoken about maybe Spartan being a little bit too emotional at times, because obviously if it lifts you up, if it elevates you that much when things are going well, how do you deal with when things are not going so well?
Sure. I mean, it's got its ups and downs, and I think it's something that's going to be controlled much more than the fact that they are on boot camp.
Yeah.
Sure, they're going to ride the highs, these wins to an extent, but at the same time, they're going to be there for one another to really talk through the issues they have after a loss at a level that you just can't do when you're playing online from different parts all over the world. They're going to have that edge, and they're going to have that ability to make sure that the things that bring them down as a team aren't going to be as big of an issue as maybe they have been in the past.
All right, so expectations. Obviously, we have Hellblade Smashers being the more predictable team. Is there anything that you're thinking, yeah, okay, they're definitely going to first phase this if they get the chance, other than Invoker for Storm?
Yeah, I'm looking at Invoker or Lina.
Yeah?
Seems like their go-to mid laners. I would love to see him have concocted something in the last week or two, Stormer being him. I believe you can learn a lot playing a hero 40 to 50 times in a new patch. And when I say that, I mainly mean the mid laners. I think mid laners and Forza are the most specialized. And if you just play a bunch of Storm, I feel like just roll with it. I don't know. If it's broke, you gotta fix it.
Yes.
You know.
And then I guess you can't overtune it, and you can't really search too much for your answers because you're gonna overthink yourself. You're gonna outthink yourself at some point, Owen.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I agree, Brian. I would imagine, with the way that the season's going so far, it's been rough for Hellblade Smashers. Sure, it's been nice to take a game off the big teams, but, that doesn't get you anywhere. They need these series wins. They need to win a series to have any chance of holding in. And against Bramia, compared to some of the other opponents, this is sort of maybe something that they see as more achievable than taking down Secret or Liquid in like a 2-0. So, if there ever was going to be a shot for Hellblade Smashers to get themselves a win on the board, this is probably it.
Yeah, because the other team that they're still having to face after this is Alliance.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a tough one regardless. And again, I mean, they're 0-5, and that means that their fate is not in their own hands anymore, and they need to win this. So the chances that they have to still not get eliminated or relegated to the lower division next season round is if they win this, they win versus Alliance, and then they gotta hope that Secret loses their remaining of their matches. And
Secret getting relegated.
Yes, I mean, they could be
that could
be a tiebreaker. It would be a tiebreaker.
Sure.
And I think it is Secret and Tundra that are on that tiebreaker. Yeah, Secret and Tundra are both 2 and 3.
There you go.
So, I mean, it would be a crazy world, but they can have like a 3-way tie, I believe, still possible. But that all relies on Hellblade Smashers winning. And, I mean, we need them to step it up a little bit, that's for sure. And we also need Brame to show us that they can be consistent. They beat Alliance, and that is great. We want to see them do a better at a consistent manner. But as you can tell, we are very close to the draft. So we will be back with Brame versus Hellblade Smashers
after this.
Your turn to ban. Five seconds remaining. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Ten seconds remaining. Your turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. Your turn to pick.
Where the finest warriors alive have gathered for battle. Of course you can expect to find me. I cannot refuse.
Prepare for battle.
The danger. She is this way. Oui. Yes. Forward. It's conceivable.
30 seconds to battle.
Yes, yes. Moving. Not of course.
Battle begins.
There's more to do. And now. Your disposal. this need? That's nice. And where's it gone? Is that a challenge? I will not go so far as to call it cowardly sniper, but whatever lacks sometimes. You go. An excellent choice. No. A slight mistake. Hunger. Yes. Is a danger. She is this way. Wait. To the top. I like where this is going.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
It's impossible.
You fancy it now, do ya?
Something good this time. Points away.
Your middle tower is under attack.
At your disposal.
Missing top.
Yes, yes. Repair yourself. Oh. There's more to this. The danger. Use it right. Avec aplomb. Patience. Okay. Sure. Oh, that's almost no fun. Time at last. An honorable path. Something good this time. Welcome advance. I know. Yes. Let's get to the point. Points away. You know I will.
Dire's structures
Where does this
are fortified.
Is that so? Fear not. Banner, please. Yes. Is that a challenge? Is it ready though? Let's go. Zotac. An excellent choice.
Your middle tower is under attack.
We fight.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Where does this
Was most welcome.
moving? At your disposal.
Your middle tower is under attack.
What can I do in return? Wait.
Dire's structures are fortified. Your bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Rest assured.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed.
Is it now?
Your middle tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack.
See where I went.
Your
Use this
top
way.
tower is under attack.
To the task attack.
Your bottom tower Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Points away. To be sure. Something good this time. Yeah.
Surprise!
Let them go. Let's get to the point. Hello, darling. Young girl. An excellent choice. Avec aplomb.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower. Your top tower has fallen. Your middle tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack.
Yes. The danger. She is this way. There's more to this. Is there any doubt? Yes. With swift blade. I like where this is going. An honorable path. I'm at last.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
There's no limit to my improvement. What's this? Points away. Fear not. Yes. Something good this time. You know I will. Impossible. Not that girl.
See you?
Yes, yes. does this lead? Mm-hmm. Moving. To the task attack. Yes.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower is under attack.
At your disposal.
Dire structures are fortified. Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower is
An
under
excellent
attack.
choice.
The enemy's bottom tower is Radiant structures are fortified.
To be sure.
Your top tower is under attack.
It's conceivable.
Your top tower has fallen.
A little something extra for the the task attack. Points away. Moving. Avec aplomb. The danger. This way. Let's get to the point. Sure.
Roshan has fallen to the dark.
That's nice. Mm-hmm. Rest assured.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
You know it. Okay.
Radiant structures are fortified. Your bottom barracks are under attack.
Yes, yes.
Your middle tower is under attack.
The danger.
That
Is this way.
was perfect. Your
death. An honorable path. Yeah. A worthy cause. Excellent choice. Time at last. Let's get to the point. Rest assured. Right future. Yeah. Amazing what you found lying around. Uh-huh. We're there.
Your bottom barracks are under attack. Your bottom
Points away. To be sure. A pleasant start. At your disposal. An excellent choice. Yes. Mjolnir. Yes, yes.